Listen up, people. Recurring revenue is not the same as passive income. Passive income is, to me at least, when you have millions of dollars in the bank and you're in some sort of safe portfolio or safe mixture of investments, municipal bonds that are paying you 5 to 6% interest on this massive nest egg that you have, and you're able to offset all your living expenses with that nest egg interest that you're getting every month. That is passive income. Recurring revenue is not the same as passive income. I hear so many entrepreneurs getting excited about starting a business to create recurring revenue. And they don't realize that if you're not providing recurring value, that revenue may not be so recurring. A lot of people get excited about, the 4-hour work week, setting up a system in business that allows you to get paid every month, no matter what. You could be in the Caribbean, you could be on a beach sipping a margarita or a pina colada or whatever drink you like. And the money's just going to come in. I'm going to create this process, this business, and I'm going to have the best lifestyle ever. Look, I had that same dream. When I first got into entrepreneurship 15 years ago, I thought I was going to create beach money. I was going to buy real estate and just collect rent, or I was going to start this subscription business and I was just going to be on autopilot and I would be able to live the best lifestyle ever. But in reality, most of the time, recurring revenue is not so recurring if you're not providing that recurring value. Think of it in any business, right? If you're a landscaper, if you're an accountant, if you're cutting lawns for a customer and that's all you do and you never provide any other value, that customer might shop your price. They might shop around because they don't see the additional value of maybe making recommendations about, hey, I saw this thing on your property, the drainage isn't correct over here. I was thinking about this with these trees, and you're being more consultative. If you're not that way and you're just clocking in and doing the service and not checking in on the customer, they might shop you. They might go down the street to Joe Blow Landscaping and maybe get a better price or feel a little bit more valued by that person. And all of a sudden your revenue isn't as recurring as you thought. Let's say you're a customer of an accountant and all you ever hear from them is, hey, let's get your taxes done during tax season. But throughout the year, they're not asking you about your business. They're not advising you on how to spend your money. They're not telling you, hey, here's some of the mistakes that I see other people making. Let's look at your financial picture today and make sure you're doing the right things to lower your tax liability. Which accountant are you going to pick? The guy that, just comes once a year and talks to you about taxes? Or are you going to choose the gal that is providing consistent value and getting in front of you and being more proactive about your business? See, in our business, in the IT MSP space, a lot of times companies will just sign a contract and think that they have that customer for life. When in reality, every time that customer gets the invoice from that service provider, they're thinking in their head, do I need to spend this money? Should I be spending this every month? Should I be shopping around? Is it really valuable? Is it as valuable as they think it is? And a lot of times people will rest on their laurels and think that contract is everything, right? They're going to have that recurring revenue lined up every month forever, when in reality, if you're not being proactive in your relationship, you might lose that customer. You might lose that revenue because you're not providing that recurring value. A lot of people get this conflated, right? Passive income, recurring revenue. They're the same thing. No, they're definitely not the same thing. Customer retention happens at every interaction with a customer, whether it's a strategic meeting, a quarterly review, checking in on progress, making recommendations, whatever it is you're doing, whatever your service is, whatever business lane you're in. If you're not providing those check-in points, if you don't have a process in which you're demonstrating your value on a continuing basis, you can kiss your recurring revenue, goodbye. It's not going to be there. Don't get into business because you want passive income today. It's okay to want passive income. I want passive income too, eventually. I want to create enough wealth over time that that nest egg is going to pay me and I can exit and I can escape and I can go to a beach and sip those margaritas and not worry about money. That's okay to have that goal, but don't get into business and have the naivety to think, okay, I'm gonna start collecting passive income 12 months from now. That's not how business works. Recurring revenue is not passive income, and if you're not building an engine that creates that recurring value that's going to last a long time, you're not creating a business that's going to be sustainable. It's not going to last. It's not going to be around for a long time. So again, it's okay to want passive income eventually. But today, when you're starting out your business, don't have this expectation that you're going to create that passive income in the first year, in the first 2 years. It's just not going to happen. Unless you have a vehicle, unless you have a system, a process that creates and maintains that recurring value to the relationships that you have, you're going to be really, really frustrated that you're working. You're going to be working to keep that revenue going. So again, passive income, not the same as recurring revenue. Don't get it twisted because they're just not the same thing. And again, it's okay to want that passive income eventually. So get after it, get there, and then maybe one day you'll have that passive income.